The open ocean is the last great wilderness we have. It's a place of stunning beauty and terrifying power. But when a person or a ship vanishes into its depths, the sea almost never gives up its secrets. The stories you're about to hear aren't fiction. They are real cases of people who stepped onto a ship and were never seen again, leaving behind nothing but questions. The woman who vanished between two sunrises. We're starting with one of the most famous and haunting disappearances in modern history, the case of Amy Lynn Bradley. In March of 1998, 23-year-old Amy was on a family vacation aboard the Royal Caribbean ship Rhapsody of the Seas. It was a celebration, a chance for the Bradley family to kick back and enjoy the Caribbean sun. The night of March 23rd was a fun one. Amy and her brother Brad hit the ship's nightclub and danced late into the night. She was last seen by her family in the early hours of March 24th. After returning to their cabin, she went to sit on the private balcony. Her father, Ron, remembered waking up around 5:15 a.m. and seeing his daughter there. When he woke up again, just 45 minutes later at 6 a.m., Amy was gone. All that was left were her sandals. A frantic search began immediately. The family begged the crew not to dock at their next port in Curacao, fearing a potential kidnapper could escape. But the ship docked anyway. The official theory leaned toward an accident or suicide, that Amy simply fell overboard. But her family never bought it. Amy was a trained lifeguard and a strong swimmer. It just didn't add up. The mystery only got stranger. Amy's father said that throughout the cruise, some crew members had given his daughter unwanted attention, and there have been multiple, deeply unsettling but unverified sightings over the years. Two tourists claimed they saw a woman with Amy's distinct tattoos on a beach in Curacao just days after she vanished. In 1999, a U.S. Navy sailor reported a shocking encounter in a brothel where a woman told him her name was Amy Bradley and begged for help before being taken away. Then, in 2005, a photo surfaced online showing a woman who looked like Amy, seeming to be in distress. While none of these leads have ever been confirmed, they fuel the terrifying theory that Amy was abducted. To this day, the FBI still has an open case and offers a reward of up to $25,000 for information. The crew member who never came back. It's not always passengers who disappear. Sometimes it's the crew members themselves, and their cases can be met with a wall of corporate silence. That's what happened to Rebecca Corium, a 24-year-old youth worker on the Disney Wonder. In March 2011, Rebecca was on a 7-day cruise along the coast of Mexico. She was keeping in close contact with her parents and even sent them a message saying she'd call the next day. That call never happened. On the morning of March 22nd, Rebecca didn't show up for her 9 a.m. shift. A ship-wide search found nothing. The last confirmed sighting of her was on the ship's CCTV at 5:45 a.m. The footage shows her in a crew area, talking on an internal phone, and she looks clearly upset. A young man walks up and asks if she's okay. She says, "Yeah, fine," and hangs up. That's the last time anyone officially saw her. The investigation that followed was heavily criticized. Because the Disney Wonder is registered in the Bahamas, the case fell to a single detective from the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Disney's suggested theory was that Rebecca was swept overboard by a wave near one of the crew areas, but her parents found that hard to believe, pointing to the high walls around those decks. They also found it bizarre that a pair of flip-flops Disney claimed belonged to Rebecca, found near the area, were not her size and had another crew member's name written inside them. That CCTV footage raises even more questions. Rebecca appears to be wearing clothes that are several sizes too big for her. The nature of her distressed phone call and who she was talking to has never been revealed. Rebecca's family settled a lawsuit against Disney out of court. But what really happened to her remains a closely guarded secret, lost somewhere in the Pacific. The honeymoon that ended in horror. A honeymoon is supposed to be the start of a new life together. But for George Allen Smith IV, It ended in a dark mystery that has haunted his family for more than 2 decades. In July 2005, 26-year-old George and his new wife, Jennifer Hagel, boarded the Brilliance of the Seas for a Mediterranean cruise. On the night of July 4th, the couple was seen drinking in the ship's casino. What happened next is a blur of conflicting stories. Jennifer was later found passed out in a hallway far from their cabin. When she was helped back to her room, George was gone. It wasn't until the next morning that a chilling discovery was made: a large blood stain on a metal canopy 3 decks below their balcony. The implication was horrifying. George had gone overboard. The scene in their cabin looked like there had been a struggle. The cruise line initially suggested it was a tragic accident, that an intoxicated George had simply fallen. But his family was convinced it was murder. An investigation launched by the family uncovered evidence that furniture in the cabin had been moved and that there were signs of a struggle on the balcony. The FBI got involved, but no one was ever charged with a crime. The other passengers who were with George that night gave conflicting stories. The investigation was complicated even further by a video recorded just hours after George disappeared, where some of the men made cruel and disturbing jokes about his fate. Royal Caribbean eventually reached a settlement with George's family, but the main question was never answered. Was it a drunken accident, or did a violent fight end with a man being thrown into the Aegean Sea? George's body was never found, and the truth of his final moments was lost to the waves. Missing for days, and nobody reported it. The disappearance of Marion Lynn Carver is a story that reveals a shocking level of negligence. In August 2004, 40-year-old Marion boarded the Celebrity Cruises ship Mercury for an Alaskan cruise. She was traveling alone and hadn't told her family about the trip. Marion was last seen by her cabin steward on the second day of the cruise. The next day, the steward noticed her bed hadn't been slept in and reported her missing to a supervisor. He kept reporting her missing, day after day for the rest of the cruise. Eventually, his supervisor told him to just do his job and forget it. For 5 straight days, chocolates were left on the pillow of an empty bed. Incredibly, when the cruise ended, the cruise line didn't report her missing to anyone. They just packed up her belongings, donated most of her clothes to charity, and put her purse in storage. It was only when her family filed a missing persons report that anyone even knew she was gone. Her father, Kendall Carver, had to trace her credit card records to find out she'd been on the cruise in the first place. In response to a lawsuit, the cruise line said they believed Marion had died by suicide. Her family fiercely rejected this. Her father, Kendall Carver, became a powerful advocate for cruise ship safety, even founding the International Cruise Victims Association to help other families. What happened to Marion Lynn Carver on that ship remains a total mystery, made even more tragic by the fact that for an entire week, she was missing in plain sight, and no one with the power to do anything did a thing. The ship that sailed into nothingness. Now, let's go back in time to an era when an entire ship could disappear without a trace. The case of the SS Waratah is one of the greatest maritime mysteries of the 20th century, often called Australia's Titanic. Launched in 1908, the Waratah was a state-of-the-art steamship, and people thought it was the peak of modern engineering. In July 1909, on just its second voyage, the ship left Durban, South Africa, with 211 passengers and crew, heading for Cape Town. On July 27th, it was spotted by another steamer, the Clan McIntyre. The two ships flashed signals to each other before the faster Waratah pulled ahead and vanished over the horizon. That was the last confirmed sighting of the ship. It was sailing straight into an area of incredibly severe weather, with waves so monstrous that one captain later described them as the worst he'd ever seen in his career. When the Waratah never arrived in Cape Town, massive search efforts found nothing. No wreckage, no lifeboats, not a single body. It was as if the ship had been wiped from the face of the earth. So what happened? One of the leading theories is that the ship was hit by a rogue wave. These giant, unpredictable waves were once thought to be sailors' myths, but we now know they're very real and can swallow even the largest vessels. Another theory involves the cargo. The Waratah was carrying a heavy load of lead and ore concentrate. It's possible the violent storm caused the cargo to shift, making the ship fatally unstable and causing it to flip over and sink in an instant. Despite over a century of searching, no definitive trace of the SS Waratah has ever been found. All 211 people on board vanished, their fate a permanent testament to the power of the sea. The Navy's greatest unsolved mystery. Some disappearances are so strange, they become legends. The vanishing of the USS Cyclops in 1918 isn't just a naval mystery. It's one of the cornerstones of the Bermuda Triangle legend. The Cyclops was a massive Navy ship, a 542-foot beast designed to haul coal. During World War I, it was a crucial supply vessel. In March 1918, the Cyclops set sail from Brazil to Baltimore, carrying over 10,000 tons of dense manganese ore, with 306 crew and passengers on board. After an unscheduled stop in Barbados, the ship sailed north and was never heard from again. There was no SOS, no wreckage, no survivors. To this day, it is the single largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. Navy history, and it happened without a single clue. The complete lack of evidence has fueled all kinds of speculation, from German U-boats to underwater earthquakes, and of course, the more wild theories associated with the Bermuda Triangle. One witness, no answers. A vacation meant to save a relationship turned into a permanent, unsolved mystery. In February 2012, 47-year-old Fariba Amani boarded the Bahamas Celebration Cruise with her boyfriend, Ramiz Golshani. According to her family, Fariba was having doubts about the relationship and hoped the trip would give her some clarity. On February 29th, somewhere between the Bahamas and Florida, Fariba disappeared. Golshani's story is the only one we have. He claimed he last saw her around 1 a.m. near the ship's gift shop. He said he went to the casino by himself, and when he got back to their cabin later, she wasn't there. He told investigators he wasn't worried and just went to sleep. When he woke up the next morning and she was still gone, he finally told the crew, shortly before the ship arrived in port. A search of the ship and the surrounding ocean turned up nothing. Suspicion immediately fell on Golshani. Fariba's family insisted the relationship was troubled and believed he knew more than he was saying. His choice to go to sleep instead of looking for her struck everyone as odd. But with no body, no witnesses, and no direct evidence of foul play, the investigation hit a wall. To make matters worse, investigative access to the ship was reportedly delayed, potentially allowing crucial evidence to be lost. What happened to Fariba? The official assumption is she might have accidentally fallen overboard. Her family rejects this, noting that she didn't drink. The third, most disturbing theory is that she was a victim of foul play. Did an argument escalate to a tragic end? Without new evidence, we can only guess. Fariba Amani went on a cruise looking for answers about her life, but instead, she became the center of a mystery where the only witness is the sea itself. The Arctic's most haunted vessel. Our final case isn't about a person who disappeared from a ship, but about a ship that refused to disappear. This is the incredible true story of the SS Beichimo, the ghost ship of the Arctic. Built in 1914, the Beichimo was a tough cargo steamer that spent years trading furs along the icy coasts of Canada and Alaska. In October 1931, loaded with a fortune in furs, the Beichimo got trapped in pack ice. The crew, facing a brutal winter, abandoned the ship and took shelter in a nearby town. When they came back, the ship had broken free, only to get stuck again. The company decided to fly most of the crew home, leaving 15 men behind to wait out the winter. On November 24th, a massive blizzard hit. When it was over, the men looked out from their shelter, and the Baichimo was gone. They figured the storm had torn it to pieces. But a few days later, an Inuit seal hunter spotted the ship 45 miles away. The crew tracked it down, but decided it was too damaged to save. They unladed the valuable furs and abandoned the ship for good. But the Baichimo didn't sink. For the next 38 years, it sailed the Arctic waters completely alone. It became a legend, a ghost ship, spotted dozens of times by sailors and hunters. It would just appear, drifting silently, and then vanish again before anyone could try to salvage it. The last confirmed sighting was in 1969, nearly 4 decades after it was abandoned, stuck in an ice floe in the Chukchi Sea. Since then, nothing. What finally happened to the ghost ship? In 2006, the Alaskan government started a project to find the wreck, but it has never been found. Did it finally sink to the bottom of the Arctic Ocean? Or is it still out there, drifting in the ice, waiting to be seen one last time?
From people who vanish off crowded decks to entire ships that sail into oblivion, the ocean holds its secrets tight. These 8 stories are a chilling reminder that no matter how advanced we get, the sea is still a vast, powerful, and mysterious place where people can, and do, simply disappear. What do you think happened in these cases? Was it foul play, a freak accident, or something else entirely? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you find these mysteries as compelling as we do, make sure you subscribe for more explorations into the unexplained.